good afternoon or good evening when this video reaches you from Yami B TV. Wishing you all well, of course. The first of two videos coming up in quick succession, right? So you asked me to explain certain segregation rules, right? And surrounding what's happening with Tommy Robinson with the tin food stuff. Now, first, I clarify, unless it's changed in the last 5 years in A category prisons and B category prisons, right? When you're down the seg, because remember, it used to be Rule 43, A and B, good order and discipline, or for your own protection, or both, or some kind of, you're threat upstairs and they throw you down there, or you're under investigation for something. It's now called good order or discipline, right? Tommy's down there under that rule. So in all my history, right, you have never, ever been allowed to have any tin stuff down the segregation in your 4x4 cell in your possession, right? Many will know this, or unless I've got it completely wrong, but I know I haven't, unless it's changed, like I said. They keep the tin stuff that you buy out of the canteen either in a refrigerator, and things like tin food that could be used to harm yourself or harm others by way, because we know in history many people have been cut with metal tin tops, so to speak, or in the office with your name and number, with your bag of possessions hanging from it. So when you want that tin food, you can say, press a bell, make an application, say, Carve, I need my mackerel or tuna. And normally they bring it around lunchtime or tea time. But if they're normal human beings, you could probably press it at any time, say, Gov, can I have a tin? And what they do is they open it and put it on a plastic plate or a bowl, but not give you the tin, and hand it over to you. All right? So unless it's changed, that's how it's worked. So he got nicked an adjudication where he was put on report to stand in front of a governor, I believe, as so I've been told, for misuse of the pin phone system. The prison rules that you spoke to someone else while he was on a phone call, scraping the bottom of the barrel of the prison establishment and down the segregation, right? So the week of loss of canteen by getting found guilty, because they normally, when you have a two-way or three-way and you're phoning a number that you're allocated to use, if you talk to somebody else, they're normally listening in the office down the same, and as soon as somebody else talks, they will cut it off. So they can put him on adjudication, nick him, put him on report, which they have, which leads to his punishment for such a minor offence is loss of canteen. So if it happened this week or last week, he won't be able to buy his tuna and mackerel next week, right? So he will be hungry, and they know he's starving to death anyway. They are making it worse. You've got to be honest about this. But with the way Tommy's been living, so we've been hearing on fish and crisp and whatnot, does he have enough in that bag, storing up from weeks before to carrying through into the next week? That's another question, but I can't answer that. But it really is, because when you're on GOOD, the good order or discipline that he's on, you still allow the television because you're down there, because they don't want you upstairs, right? For whatever reasons. So you get the privileges that a normal prisoner would have upstairs, right? So, but the only thing is you're down there, so you won't be able to have the tin stuff in your possession. Plus there are other items you won't be allowed either. But why not take the TV or cut down his gym? Why did you have to take the canteen? Because if you think about it, he can't get that much money. He's got to spend money on his pin phone. So that would be, if he was a standard prisoner, he'll get 15 quid in his private account. As well, he's not working, so he's not going to get big wages from the prison. So I would suggest that he gets £5, £6 for being down the seg, where he doesn't have no choice in anything, where he can't go to labour and work and get money for a work employment place. So he gets his private spends that everybody's entitled to. He's not on basic, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't really have no canteen. He wouldn't be able to spend his private spends. He would only be able to spend the 250 unemployed money down the segregation. So then if he's standard, that's 15 quid plus 5 quid, 20 quid, put 10, 15 on the phone. Well, he can't really buy that many tins anyway, unless it works different for civil prisoners and they can get unlimited pin phone credit and you can spend your 50. If he was an enhanced prisoner with good behaviour and it's not really much bad he has done down the seg, then he would probably get 20, 25 pound on his private spends, which he could put 15 on the phone and 10 surrounded fish and noodles and a couple of bags of crisps. My God. That's the best way that I can break that down. I hope that that is clear. But that's the way that I believe it went.